Hello everyone and welcome back to Invincible Guarding the Globe. Today I will be doing a tier list of all of the current heroes in the game. The latest hero to be released was the very highly anticipated Conquest, so that is the latest hero. Obviously there'll be more in the future and we can do an updated version then, but as of right now this is what I believe anyway to be the tier list of heroes within the game. Obviously you know, obviously this is a personal opinion, so uh, everyone can have their own opinions and what characters and heroes they like better than others. But personally, this is what I believe the tier list should look like. If you enjoy this video or if it helps you, if you could please consider subscribing to the channel and liking the video, that would be fantastic. It does help me a lot, and I will be doing obviously more content in the future, so hopefully you look forward to that. Now we'll get straight into it, and I'll just go through talk briefly about the heroes, but obviously not too in depth, otherwise this video could go on for a very long time. So first of all we have Agent Spider. Now Agent Spider is a very interesting one. He is very good at, he's an attacker from us defenders. He's very good at stunning the enemies, but not necessarily at doing the most amount of damage or staying alive for the longest. I think he is very good as an addition to the team to a second DPS that maybe can stay alive longer or deal more damage, and for example works very well with Anissa with his push and stun abilities, with her dash through ability. So for Agent Spider I'm going to put him in A. Now Alan, I would definitely say is easily S tier. The reason for this is that he is probably one of 2 or 3 tanks in the game that can definitely fulfill that role of going up front in the middle, absorbing so much damage and keep on surviving. He obviously has the abilities where when he gets to low health he then heals and increases his defense so that he can stay alive longer and basically just keep the enemy focused on him whilst the rest of the team do all the damage and you basically kill the other enemy team. So that's why I think Alan is easily S tier. Now actually, before we go ahead any further, having a look at the heroes here, obviously there's quite a few. I'm just going to go ahead and unfortunately put the common heroes straight away into F tier, just because they're maybe good for a meme, but just practically they are not good at all, and they should only be used as lab coins or fodder or food. So yeah, just straight away F tier for those. Now Angstrom is very interesting. On his own, he isn't the best. He isn't very good, but paired with the Mauler twins, who he has the synergy with, he can be very. He can be better. He can definitely be better. Now, if he is that good or not is to be seen. I personally think he is a C tier. I don't think he's that good, even paired with the Mauler twins. If you have a full team with the Mauler twins, he can definitely be better. But I don't think it's that big of a difference that it really matters that much. Now, Anissa is quite a new addition. Anissa, I would say, is probably A tier. I'm quite happy with that. She does quite a lot of damage. She has a very good passive against humans where she decreases their defense, so that is very good. And if you pair her with the right teammate, for example Agent Spider, then her abilities where she can dash through enemies and deal a huge amount of damage comes in very handy. And yeah, I think she can work very well. Maybe on her own she struggles a little bit. She does need, for example, someone who pushes the enemy like Agent Spider, but I think she's easily A tier because she does a lot of damage and can dash around and survive for a long period of time. Now what's his name? Aquarius. Aquarius is an interesting one. I would say that he is actually not too bad. Now he is a rare and not an epic, or what's it called? Yeah, he's a rare character. I don't think he's an epic, but he's a rare character anyway. I would personally say is C tier. Now, the reason for this is his main ability, where he basically shoots water up at all the enemies on the team, on the field, is quite a good ability. Because it hits everyone on the opposite team. So for that reason, I would say he's C. He's maybe not the best. There's definitely better supports, but he's all right. Now, Atom Eve. Atom Eve, for me, easily S tier. Easily S tier. Probably one of the best in the game. without her abilities powered up, she's alright. She's pretty good. She's still good. She's still good. But if you level her abilities up, then her bubbles, for example, just become so overpowered. You can bubble everyone on the team at the maximum level. It can bounce back if you pair it with a team member like Robot. With her abilities powered up, easily S tier. Definitely deserves that spot for now. Battle Beast. Now, Battle Beast is a quite controversial one because a lot of people really like him. I really like his character, but I actually don't think he's that good. I see a lot of people placing him very high. He can do a lot of damage, that is correct, but his one of his abilities means that he does more damage, but takes more damage, and for this reason, I don't quite like him. I think I would say probably low end of B. He It's quite difficult because obviously he does a lot of damage, but because he dies so quickly, he's like a glass cannon. I don't feel like for this type of game that he's very useful for that reason. I'm just going to quickly check here. Perfect. Still recording. Yeah, I don't believe he's very good for that reason. Now, who have we got here? We've got Black Samsung. Now, Black Samsung is D tier. He's not very good. He gets a shield, but he's mainly good as food. I wouldn't really bother with him. Bulletproof is decent. The thing is GDA don't have very good attackers, but I would say that out of all the DPS in the game, he probably falls a bit short. I would say he's better than Angstrom. I would say he's C tier. I wouldn't say he's any better than that. If you can get his ability where he gets invulnerability, invincibility, then that can definitely work well. But I don't think he is that. I don't think he's that good. Cecil's an interesting one. If you power up his Reanimen ability, he can be quite useful in GDA ops to keep the fights going on for longer and letting your team respawn back in. So for that, I'd probably put him in B tier. But PvP wise, for example, he's maybe not the best. He hasn't got the best kit. His main ability is very good where he does a lot of damage, so I'll give him that, but otherwise not really the best. Now, Conquest. Conquest is the newest addition and very highly anticipated, and he hasn't been out for too long. I've got quite a high level Conquest, which is nice, and having a look at his abilities and how he plays, I think he is S tier. I think he's S tier. Now, the reason I think this is not only does he have some crazy abilities where he can, for example, headbutt the enemy and give them any debuffs, or his main ability, especially once he gets the shield for survivability, but also his damage. He, to me, should probably be used as a second tank, maybe, because he is a tank, but he doesn't have any healing or invulnerability abilities, so he could get killed quite quickly within a fight. He does have the shield once he uses his ability, but he has to use the ability first. So maybe pair him alongside an Alan. He could probably be good on his own if the enemy team doesn't have that higher DPS, but his ability is especially the one where he can break immortality fields on, for example, Invincible and Immortal. No one else in the game can do that. I think he deserves the S tier spot, definitely. Now, Demon Darkblood is actually again a rare, but I think he is B tier. The reason for this is his ability where he can dash in behind and basically just apply a bunch of damage. High level Demon Darkbloods to me have been quite scary because they come into the back line, they kill your supports, and then that's them for the rest of the game. So I think he's actually B tier. He's still a rare, so it's quite difficult. He's got lower base stats, only 3 abilities, but I think he deserves B tier because he is actually quite good. Darkwing, D tier, not very good. Use him as food. I don't think he's got any real place. Darkwing 2, obviously is an epic. Now that, I honestly don't think he's that good. I think he's better than Aquarius, but not any better. His abilities are good. He takes the enemy out of the fight, but he also takes himself, which isn't very useful. If he sent just the enemies and stayed in the fight, then he would probably be honestly about A tier. But because he takes himself out of the fight as well, I don't think he's very good because then he can't really do anything whilst he's in the fight. Now, Seismic. Seismic, a lot of people like. and I like him too. I think he's S tier. I think he's probably better than these two. I'd probably say Conquest is better than Alan. Oh, it's a tough one. Maybe not as a tank. That seems good. But yeah, Doc Seismic is very good. His DPS is insane. His abilities is very good. His survivability, where he can jump around the map, especially once you level that ability up, is so good because he obviously can survive for so long, deal damage for longer. So good. I'm just going to quickly check my recording. Perfect. Duplicate can be quite fun, especially because she summons more versions of herself, but I don't think she's that practical. I think she's better than these two, definitely. Maybe not as good as Aquarius, but I think she's D tier. I probably wouldn't bother with that, to be honest. Now, Flaxen Leader is terrible, apart from one thing, which is that he can give you better rewards at GD ops. So as is on his own, with his actual abilities and stats, he's not very good at all. But with that ability, I think that puts him above Darkwing 2, just because he gets you more rewards. So if you put him in a team, if you build maybe one or two of them and put them in your GDA ops, nothing else matters but GDA ops, then he'll give you more rewards, and for that is very useful. I'll put them in C for that alone. Green Ghost is pretty okay. I think she's on par with Bulletproof here. She's very good at stunning the ability enemies with her main ability, and stunning the enemies and healing the team and making them invisible, which is nice, but I don't think she's that good. I think there are better supports in the game. Invincible, the poster child, he, I would say, is S tier. He does a quite a good amount of DPS. His main ability goes around and stuns the enemies, which is always helpful, especially for the rest of your team. And his invincibility, obviously after his name. Oh, don't mind that, just a car horn if you can hear it. But yeah, his invincibility means he can stay alive for way longer, and especially against high DPS opponents, that comes in very, very handy. So I think he's S tier, borderlining high A, because there are some people that do higher DPS for a DPS hero. But yeah, I think he definitely deserves the S tier slot. Isotope, I think DTA is not very good. I'd maybe say he's just below. He's alright, but maybe not the best. Kursk is actually very good. He is probably on par with Aquarius here. He does a decent amount of damage. He pairs very well with the Magma. What's his name? Magma dude. He pairs well with him, but his, I think, third ability, where he charges up a strike and does a big critical hit or a big damage hit, if you actually power that ability up, you can actually do some very good damage with that. So for that ability alone, he's actually a decent DPS for a rare character, so I'll put him in C. Lucan is unfortunate, because there's so many better tanks, especially Conquest, who's basically just a better version of him. So I think Lucan could probably go. It's difficult. I'd probably say honestly D tier. He's not very good. When he pairs with Thula, he can do an attack at the start of the game, but even then, I don't think it's worth it. I think he's not. I don't think he's that good. Magma dude, I think D tier, doesn't do too much. Oh, another green, didn't see him. F tier. Martian Man, I would say D tier as well. He is okay at times, but I'll just put him there. Yeah, I'll put him there. Mauler. Now, Mauler obviously on his own, just like Angstrom, doesn't do very well. Paired with other Maulers, he can be good. I still don't think it's that great, so I think I'm going to put him with Angstrom. Same with his twin. I think the ranged one is slightly worse, so I'm just going to put him there. I think these three can cook, but you would need to put them all in the same team, build them all up, and build all of their skills up, which is quite intensive. So I think that they're good, but not that good. I think there's better ones, better characters, especially if we're basing them on their individual value. Now Monster Girl is also a very popular one, but I don't think she is that good. She's again a tank that deals a lot of damage like Conquest, but unlike Conquest, she doesn't have the shield and she doesn't have the breaking of the invulnerability. So I think she is still very good. I think she is... Ooh, A tier or B tier? I'm gonna go A tier for this one. I think she's still A tier. I still think she's really good. Maybe it's a second tank compared to just one on her own, because she'll die very quickly. But I think she's still very good. Her abilities are very good, to be fair. Multi-pull breaks your GD ops. When you click on him, it freezes the game sometimes. So I don't like him for that reason. But he is pretty decent otherwise. I would say he's maybe there. Kid Omniman is quite cool. He's quite good DPS actually, but because he's a rare, I think it puts him down. I think he is there, just below Lucan. I'm just going to quickly check my recording again. Perfect. Omniman. Omniman, I personally have him currently as my highest level character in the game, and I think he is A tier. I don't think he's quite S tier. He's very good. He does a lot of damage. He can get lifesteal as well against humans, which is most enemies. He can kill someone straight away if they're below 20 HP with his ability. And after critical hits, he deals more and more damage. So throughout the fight, as long as he stays alive, he can deal a lot of damage. So I think he's high A. Maybe verging on S, but I think there's maybe DPS that do better damage in the game. Powerplex. Now Powerplex is an interesting one. I think Powerplex is quite a new addition. Most people don't have him at high level. I only have him as Epic Plus, I believe. But I think that Powerplex is actually pretty good. I would put him. Ooh, now he's quite a new addition, so I don't know too much. I think he's A. I think he's very good. He pairs very well with Doc Seismic because he improves the damage and I think critical hit of technologists, I believe, and Doc Seismic is one. Same with the Mauler twins. So he does very well with, and Angstrom, he does very well with criminals. So if you had him with Powerplex and Doc Seismic, and then maybe, for example, like an Alan and etc., then he could work very well. And I think his damage is very good, especially because the longer the fight goes on, the more damage he receives, the more damage he does out the way. So if he can stay alive and take damage, then I think he could be extremely good. Red Rush is quite recently found a sort of claim to fame, especially in the arena where he does a lot of stunning. So I think he's very high A. I don't think he's... Oh, that's a tough one. I don't think he's quite S tier. He is very good, and he also increases critical damage, which you have if you have heroes that increase critical chance, like Omniman or Universa, he pairs very well with them. So if you have those heroes built up, then Red Rush could definitely help with that. But I think he's still A tier. I don't think he's quite S. I think he's very good, but not that good. Not S tier, I don't think. What's it called? Rexplode, that's it. Jason Mantzoukas. He is actually quite good. He is again a rare, so he's at a disadvantage there. But I think that he is probably above Kursk actually. Yeah, I put him there. I've seen quite a few people actually in Arena, even in the Invincible League, the highest league, using him at a high level. So obviously take from that what you will. I think he's still pretty good. I think he's actually better than Darkwing 2. Is he better than Flaxen for the thing? Yeah, I would say so. I would say he's there. He's still good. You can build a team with him, but maybe not prioritize him. Now Robot is for me S tier, 100%. He is probably the best healer in quotations in the game. We have a lot of supports like Red Rush and Green Ghost, but he definitely does the most healing output. And for this reason, I'm definitely putting him in S. He also does, for example, some rockets that, if you level it up, can stun the enemy for I think 3 seconds, which is amazing. He obviously can apply a debuff to the enemy whilst he heals your team with his main ability. So I think he definitely deserves S tier. Him and Atom Eve together are an incredible pairing. They work very, very well together. So if you have a team with both of those, then team's very difficult to kill. Just checking my recording there. Perfect. Russ Livingston. He's a tricky one because again he's a support, but he doesn't do very much healing. He has quite a good stun, to be fair, which does a decent amount of damage, and he also has some confusion. So for this, I'm going to put him in B tier. I think above Cecil, below Battle Beast. I think B tier for Russ. I think that looks right to me. I think he is good. He can be good against certain enemies and in certain situations, but for example for healing, Atom Eve and Robot do a much better job at that. Shrinking Ray, again, like Bulletproof, isn't the best. I'd think above Bulletproof. She can do quite a lot of stuns, which is nice, but she doesn't do a lot of DPS, and she dies very quickly. But unlike Agent Spider, her stunning abilities come less often and aren't as good. So I think that's why he's up there and she's there. Immortal. Immortal for me is S tier. I think above Alan. I think Immortal, especially in the arena, is so good just because of his immortality, where he cannot die, and with teams, especially with teams enemies that have high DPS, it comes in so handy because it's often the case that he'll be damaged down to his invincibility, his immortality. He'll activate that, stay alive, the enemies can't do any more damage to him, and then before they can kill him, before the immortality wears off, he uses this ability, goes up in the sky, comes back down, stuns everyone, they're all discombobulated, they start attacking other teammates, and then before they can realise he's back and start attacking him again, hopefully your healers have healed him, and then he can just do it over and over again. So he has great survivability, and will just basically survive the entire game whilst your DPS and supports kill the enemy team. So for that reason, I think he's S tier. These three could probably swap between themselves. It's kind of hard to say which is better than the others, but I would say that order feels right to me. Tether Tyrant, honestly, terrible. I don't. I'll put him in F just for the lols. I don't think you should ever worry about him. He's maybe D tier, but I think F tier. Yeah, I don't think he's very good at all. Thula is good. Again, pairs well with Lucan, which is unfortunate because Lucan isn't very good. Even on her own, she can stand her ground. I think she is still good. I don't think she's that good, but I'll put her in B tier. She again is a Viltrumite. Most Viltrumites are very good. She's maybe not as good as Anissa, or obviously Conquest, but I still think she has her own place and does very well all the same, and can definitely be built into a team to some good effect. Titan. Now Titan again is a defender, a tank. He struggles a bit because you have Immortal, Alan, and now Conquest. He is good, but there's just, I guess, better options. But if you need him for a criminal faction, then he is actually very good. He takes, I believe, less damage the lower his health, which does mean he does have to lose health, but it means that he is tougher and tougher to kill, which is nice. So for that reason, I will put him in B tier here. Yeah. Universa. Universa is a DPS, and Universa, especially with her abilities powered up, I think is the best character in the game. I would say so. With her abilities powered up especially, she does so much damage. All you need to do is stick her in your back line, just put people up front that can't die, like Alan or Immortal, Invincible, put some kind of healer like Robot, Adam Eve with her, and then just let her deal damage whilst everyone else stays alive, distracts the enemy, and she just damage. And I think definitely she's the best character in the game, just with the amount of damage that she can provide. Yeah, definitely deserves that spot in my opinion. War Women is unfortunate because there are again so many better DPS. She isn't that good. I probably wouldn't worry about it. I'm honestly going to put her just above Lucan. I don't think she's that good. I'd mainly just use her as food. I've never built a war woman in my team, and I haven't regretted it at any time. So yeah, that looks like that should be my tier list. Again, it's all, you know, personal. This is what I think. You may think differently. If you do, then what I'd say is if you want to leave a comment down below of if there's any changes you would make, or if you agree with this, what your tier list would look like, what heroes you use in your team. Hopefully this has helped to sort of clear up, you know, what heroes are actually good in this game, what heroes to maybe avoid. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like the video, and if you would like to see more of this going forward, subscribe to the channel. It does help me out a lot. Thank you again to all the support on the previous videos. It has been absolutely fantastic. Thank you again so much. And yeah, obviously much more to come in the future. So yeah, thank you again. Hopefully you enjoyed. And yeah, cheers. See you in the next one.